Hey, what's up guys? Exalted here, and in today's video, I think it's a pretty quick video. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to use the baller, aka the hamster ball. So this is a new form of mobility that Fortnite just introduced into their game during Season 8, and it kind of takes the place of planes. You can find these at plane spawns, so that's pretty interesting. But as some of you guys know, it's not very fast. Even when you use your boost, it's super short and you don't do much. This leads us straight into our first tip. Our first tip, when you're boosting, instead of looking straight, you're gonna wanna look up in the air like so. You'll notice yourself go way higher, way further, and as you start to connect them, you go way faster and way faster. It just kind of exponentially increases. It'll make your speed much quicker by simply looking up whenever you boost, as opposed to if I were to just look straight. The effect doesn't really work the way it does when you look up. Second tip, this is insanely difficult. I suggest you try and practice it on flat ground. Rivers like this are much easier to learn to practice as opposed to hilly areas with a bunch of obstacles. Pretty much what it is kind of Spider-Manning with your grappler on the ground nearby. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start off moving diagonally like so. You're going to want to continue to look pretty much straight, and you're going to want to grapple to the opposite side. So I'm going to move diagonally, grapple to the opposite side, and you see I get a little bit of a speed boost, right? Just a little bit. But it starts to get stronger and stronger, and if you can continue to do it, which like I said is super hard, you can go so freaking fast. I'll try it my best here. You can see I'm getting faster and faster. Now, once you get your initial speed boost right off the bat, so like once you hold diagonal and then do the first one, you're gonna just hold straight. You're just gonna go straight and you're just gonna go back and forth. You gotta practice kind of how far away you're shooting it, because if it's too far, you're not gonna really get much of a boost till later. And if it's too close to you, it'll kind of stunt your momentum, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be the second tip. Now for the third tip, I'm going to go somewhere else. Let's get right into the third tip. Alright guys, so for the third tip that I have for you, what I'm going to be showing you is I'm going to be showing you how and that you can kind of grapple through trees like Spider-Man. Now this isn't specifically trees. You can do this on big buildings, like in Tilted it works really well. Or if there's build fights, just anywhere where there's like natural resources that you can grapple to, connect to, and kind of start to fly. Now this does require some practice as well, because you have to mess around with moving diagonal left and moving diagonal right. I just did those completely opposite, but you know what I mean. And grappling at the same time. So you kind of, it's similar to the thing on the ground where you get momentum. It's a little bit difficult. You got to practice it. This spot is a good place to practice. But it's also a little difficult because there's actually so many trees right next to each other that you tend to just hit trees on your way rotating around another one. The only tip I have for you is if you're like, let's say I'm traveling this way, don't grapple onto the tree straight in front of you because it'll just pull you into the tree. It won't pull you around. To combat that, what you can do is if I'm heading towards this tree, I can just jump up like that and then grab onto it. So you'll see every time I go to a tree, I grapple the opposite direction. If I don't need to, I probably won't grapple. And you can kind of get some really big height, and I'm obviously trying to kind of stay in the same position here, not trying to go outside the map, but you can really, like if I go that way and then I grab on this tree, you can really get yourself going with a lot of momentum, and you can kind of slingshot yourself in a lot of different directions. It's pretty cool. So that's like the third tip that I wanted to show you guys. Like I said, all these are a little bit difficult. You have to hop in a playground and kind of practice them. I've been doing it for the past like 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and I'm still not as good as I'm sure some of you guys are or will be. But with that being said, I've got one final tip. It's just kind of a little scrim tip. I'm sure you guys have seen funny clips where pros will grapple to the top of a tree like this, and they'll just kind of sit here at the top of the tree, right? This is a really good hiding spot. You look like a little tree ornament. You just kind of chill, and it's a really good hiding spot. The thing about these, my personal opinion, I think they're pretty cool. I think it would be interesting to see a slight health drop, because 300 is a lot. When you're in a scrim, you don't really have time to kind of shoot at someone standing still in a tree because they have 300. But then again, I personally think it's a little better than having 12 planes flying in the sky. So there's your guys' little scrim tip, and those are a few tips that should hopefully help you out next time you are trying to rotate in Fortnite. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. I'm also doing my first $100 giveaway live on stream when I hit 1,000 supported creator supporters. My code is Exalted. If you would like to support me, I would really appreciate it. And with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.